Hi guys, I don't know how this is going to work because it's really windy and I'm holding my paper so that I remember to talk about things and not forget Dwight this time because I've forgotten the last 2 times. So we're going to try. And Gavin's flying a kite. I don't know if you can see it in the background, but it's up there somewhere. Oh yeah, you can see it. There it is. Flying a kite, so I'm hoping he's not going to like tear my eye out with the string or something. Hi, Boo.
Hey.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, pumpkins.
Hi, pumpkin.
Alright, so spoiler warning, if you haven't watched the season finale for season 7 of The Walking Dead, you're not going to want to watch this video unless you want me to ruin it for you. I suggest just watching it because it was really good. So I broke things down, kind of just little segments that I wanted to discuss. I probably did forget some stuff, but that's okay. You'll forgive me because I forgot about Dwight for 2 weeks. So first one I wanted to talk about, of course, is Sasha. I did expect her to die, but I wasn't sure that that was going to be the means. I kind of wondered if Negan was going to kill her. So the fact that she went out on her own terms, that was good. I think it was a good ending for her because it was obviously the plan was to have her to weaponize herself and maybe be able to help her people and to hopefully hinder Negan, which obviously that did happen. Sorry guys, I just dropped my paper. She did give opportunity for the saviors, or the survivors, and hindered the saviors. So I loved the flashbacks, and when I was first watching, I thought it was a dream. I didn't realize, this is something that really happened. I didn't realize that it was her remembering as opposed to her picturing and dreaming about this. And so it took me a little bit, and I'm pretty sure it was when she said Maggie needs to take care of Maggie, and that's when I was like, oh my gosh, this is what actually happened before they left to try and take Maggie to the hilltop. And so the fact that this was their interaction and she wanted to sit this out, she didn't want to go. And they ended up being in that lineup, and Abraham ended up dying. That's a really sad thing, and she's been carrying that with her this entire season, and we had no idea. We had no idea that she had asked him to sit this out. And so that really got to me. It was really touching. I really enjoyed getting to see them together again. And we didn't get to see a whole lot of their relationship, really. So it was nice to be able to see them together in that way, Let me see. I think that she lucked out with the fact that she reanimated so quickly. Her whole plan obviously was to weaponize herself in hopes that she would turn before they got there and before anybody let her out of the casket. But how did she know that she was just going to be able to turn that quickly? We've seen that it varies anywhere from a couple of minutes to the next day. I remember with Amy, it was the next day. Like, I realized it was at night, but it was probably a good 8 hours or more. How would she know that it was actually going to be long enough? But the fact that they talked about how long is it till we get to Alexandria, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours. She knew that she was going to be inside the box for that long, and it's obvious that was what her intention was, but I think that she got really lucky that she reanimated so quickly. It could have been one of those cases where it was a long time later. Let me see. I think it was really funny to see Negan's reaction when she came out of the casket. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is the best. And I hate Negan, but I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He just reacted so perfectly, and Negan is basically a big wimp. He's gotten away with doing what he does because he just uses that thought of power, and he obviously is capable of being kind of a dictator and getting people to listen to him, but I think he's kind of a wimp. I don't think he's as tough as he leads on. So it was really funny to see him react to Sasha. And I'm worried for Eugene. When Negan asks, well, how do you think she died? And Eugene says, there wasn't enough air in the casket, so she suffocated. And he says, maybe. Just the way that he says maybe, the way he's looking at Eugene, I'm worried for Eugene. And like I told you guys, I don't think Eugene is full Negan. I think that he either already has a plan or he is waiting for a plan to arise. He's waiting for an opportunity. I don't think he supports Negan. I don't. And so I think I worry for him. I don't know if Negan suspects him or what, but it seemed like it was possible that he suspects that Eugene may have had something to do with it. So Dwight, I've forgotten about you for the last 2 weeks, and I'm remembering you this time, so I wrote you down, and you are number 2 on my list. So I'm not sure that I trust Dwight, and that was one of the things that I would have talked about last week had I remembered. I don't know that I would trust him. I don't think necessarily that he seems sincere. I think it seems like he's saying the right things is what it is, and I don't know, maybe that just comes from my background, and I don't trust people who have lost my trust. But I hope that he's sincere. I hope that he really is going to try and help them get rid of Negan and the Saviors. I hope we're right. I hope that that's what it is. But I don't know. He's kind of hard to read. I do trust him more than I did the Scavengers. So there's that, at least. And with the figure that Daryl finds at the end, and it says "didn't know" on it, I think that really helped me to feel more confident in Dwight. I don't know that he would have necessarily done that had he not been sincere about helping them. So I don't know. I think that him putting that on there, that's letting them know, he didn't know about the whole deal with the Scavengers and stuff like that. So, I don't know. We'll see, I guess, if we can trust him. But I think that was a good point. I mean, it made me feel more confident in him. I also want to touch on the fact that I am so proud of Maggie and taking her leadership at this new place. She's not with her people, she's with new people, and she is still being this powerful woman. She is helping to build these people up. Obviously, Gregory is a horrible piece of crap and does nothing for these people. And she's giving them somebody who is a good person to look up to, a good person to have faith in, and I'm really proud of her for sticking up and, taking that place that Gregory just has left. And the fact that she's continued her faith in Glenn, like, he's been gone, but she still is very true to him. She's very true to his way of life. She still wants to bring things to the table that Glenn would have wanted. She's just not gonna just forget about him. She's going to try and bring him into every day, and I think that's wonderful. She's one of the really true and genuine people of this show. She is just like Glenn in the manner that she is very caring and compassionate, and I hope that we don't lose that. And I loved the ending with her, and she's talking and basically explaining how things need to go, and then seeing the pocket watch that Herschel had given to Glenn when I'm gonna cry. Okay, when Herschel was telling Glenn that he had finally found somebody who was worth having his daughter, and it was just really beautiful. I mean, I liked how they closed that up. It was a great season ending. The way that they ended that was just great, and obviously we'll not have as much to discuss over the summer, but I think that ending was way better than any cliffhanger that keeps us talking, so I appreciated that. Now, the dirty, rotten scavengers. I never trusted the scavengers. I was yelling at the screen, don't trust her, when they were at the junkyard, and she was like trying to make this deal with them or whatever. I was like, don't trust them, they're horrible people. And I am not surprised in the least. I didn't know when the attack was going to happen, but I knew at some point they were going to either attack Rick's group or they were going to set him up. And lo and behold, it happened very quickly. I wasn't expecting it that quickly. I figured probably next season, but it happened. And I was wondering who Negan's little snitch was. I thought for sure that he just kind of made that up and was trying to get Sasha to talk. And he had talked about this in episode 15, and he had said that a little bird told him that Rick is planning this uprising or whatever. And I thought that he was just full of it. I thought that he was just making it up to get Sasha to tell him what's going on. And that wasn't the case. It was the freaking scavengers. And they were telling him what was happening. I did not expect that. I've heard talks that they could be the Whisperers, or they could be linked to the Whisperers. I haven't read the comics, so I don't know a whole lot on it, just like pieces that I've seen from videos or articles that I've read and stuff like that. So I don't really know if I have an opinion on that or not. Obviously, it's possible that they could be, but I don't really know. I kind of figure that they're their own group, and there's going to be a Whisperers group. Maybe they'll like join up with them or something. I don't really know, but I don't necessarily think that they are the Whisperers. And I hope that we take them out. I hope that we take them out with the Saviors. Just add them to the list, because we don't need people like that. We don't need trashy people that are gonna try and kill us all. That's just, ugh. Alright, so Kingdom. I still want to get an episode of Morgan hunting Saviors. Maybe not the whole episode, but pieces of it. I want to see him setting Saviors up. I want to see him attacking Saviors. I want to see Morgan being the ninja that Morgan is. That's what I want. So I'm hoping that maybe we'll get an episode or so that has that in it next season. I'm glad to see Carol is out there getting stuff done. Go Carol. I love you so much. So it was great to see her back in action and being Carol, kicking butt and taking names, and I love that. And Shiva, oh my gosh, that was freaking awesome, and I was not expecting that. I honestly did not think that we would actually see any tiger attacks, because CG is expensive, and you guys saw that deer in the episode where Rick and Michonne were trying to get the guns from the little carnival thing. Oh my gosh, the deer was horrible, but they did amazing, and they must have spent all the CG money for that scene, because it was just insane. It looked so real, and it was intense and unexpected, and I just loved it. It was great. So with Carl, I feel like a horrible person, but I was kind of hoping that Negan was gonna bat him. Does that make me a bad person? I don't really know. Maybe it does, but Carl is not one of my favorite characters, and I'm hoping he turns into the little badass that they talk about him being in the comic books. I haven't read the comic books, like I said, so I don't really know how big of a badass he is. Hopefully he'll turn into one in the TV show, but I don't really know. Stop. I'm not surprised that Negan didn't kill him, just because I'm figuring that Carl's probably going to outlive Rick in the series, but I did hope that it was going to happen. Sorry. I did. I feel so bad for poor Michonne's face. She's so beautiful, and they just like chopped up her face. Her face was so swollen and all bloody and stuff, and it was so sad. I was also, hi Booby.
Hi.
I was also surprised that Rosita and Rick were the only ones that actually got shot. Like,
Rick got shot?
Rick got shot.
Where?
Can you believe that? In the side.
Oh, I thought he got shot in the heart and then he died.
No, he didn't die. He didn't die. Rick's not going to die for a while. Don't. So, I was surprised that they were the only ones that got shot. Everybody was in close proximity, just like guns a-blazing. Widow, guns a-blazing. And I'm just surprised that those two were the only ones that got shot. But then, like, they acted like Rick being shot was no big deal. Like, as soon as he went over to Michonne, it was suddenly like he was all better. Like, he doesn't need any medical attention or nothing. He's just great now. So, that was interesting. I don't really know. But, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I'm really excited for the next season. Obviously, I'm going to be waiting almost as long as I'm waiting for Halloween, but it'll be here before we know it, and I'm excited for it. It'll be interesting to see what all they can do with Season 8. I don't think the whole season is going to be a war. I don't. I think that it will probably finish the war within the first half of the season. I'm really, really crossing my fingers hoping that we might get some backstory on Negan. I think that that would be fantastic. Just if they do pieces of it. I don't want a damn bottle episode. I really hope they don't do a bottle episode of just Negan backstory. But to do like flashes of it in between things would be great. It would be great to find out, you know, how he became who he is. So I hope that they do that. Again, I'm worried for Eugene. I hope that he'll be okay. Let me see what else. Maggie, I'm hoping at some point she starts showing that she's pregnant, because she does not look pregnant still. I don't know exactly how far along she is, but she's not showing at all, which is really weird. And yeah, I think that's good. That's good. We're good there. So let me know what you guys thought of the episode. Did you like it? Did it live up to your expectations?
I found you this heart leaf.
You found me a heart leaf? Aww. But it broke. The heart leaf broke. I'm sorry. Oh no. Okay, well, we're gonna deal with broken heart leaf. Let me know what you guys thought of the show if you watched. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if you want me to do videos like this, because if you guys like these, then I'll do these next season. I have personally enjoyed them. It's been good to discuss, and hopefully more people get into it so that I have more comments to interact with you guys on, because I really enjoy this. It's good for me to just talk about it. And so, yes.
Dork face.
Huh? Dork face?
Yeah.
That looks like big tongue face.
Dork face. I'm gonna go on swings.
Okay. Alright, I hope you guys are out there getting into some Halloween mischief. Sorry for the funny faces. We're dorks. I will see you guys on the next video. I'm hoping to do a Halloween video this weekend. So, I'll see you guys later. Get into some Halloween mischief, and I'll see you next time. Bye!